So welcome back to Kevin's European Garage, and today I'm going to be putting the spark plugs, spark plug tubes, and also be changing out the gasket on one of the variable valve solenoids on my 1999 Porsche 996. Before I start changing my spark plug tubes, I'm going to clean off all the oil that's on the engine over here. I just want to start nice and fresh. Just in case I have some more leaks, I can figure out where they're coming from. Alright, so now it's nice and clean. I have a really good starting point to find out if I have any leaks other than what I know of already. So before I start the spark plug tubes, I'm going to replace this gasket around the variable valve solenoid over here. These things sometimes leak, and it's a quick and easy fix. You just have to disconnect the cable, well, the harness I mean, up from the top over there. Sometimes these things have a tendency to leak from the wiring too, but I don't see anything on the inside, but that doesn't mean anything. We're just going to give it a quick clean also. If this thing ends up leaking from the actual sensor itself, I'm not going to replace it. I don't have any codes or any problems with it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is, because replacing it is going to be, they're really expensive and they're a real pain. If I ever do pull out the engine, that's when I would do something like this. All right, so it's going to take this little gasket off over here. It's a 10 millimeter. See if I can get to the top bolt the same way. So here's a new one. It's not a factory one, but what makes the seal over here is this rubber seal. So not only does it seal around the solenoid itself, but it's got the rubber gasket on it, which when tightened down seals up over here. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to clean this off so I get a nice, good dry connection on there before I tighten it down. I wasn't too sure if there's going to be any sealant on there, but factory didn't put any on there, so we're just going to not put any on either. We won't need it. Just twist it back and forth as you put it on. Seat it back in place. All right, holes are lined up. If it leaks again from over here, then it's definitely the solenoid itself. Like I said, I'm not going to change that if I ever do. I mean, those things are hundreds and hundreds of dollars. If it's not broken, other than the leaking, I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not worried about torque on these. Tight is probably good enough. And now the last thing is just to reconnect up the solenoid. The harness just right over here. I mean, you can just reach up and grab it. It's not too hard. It's not really hidden or anything like that. Okay, on to the spark plug tubes. Okay, I don't have any special tools to do this, so I'm going to try this and see if this works. Should be able to go in there and should be able to expand this and pull out the spark plug tube. At least that's the idea. Only if this ground wasn't in the way. I have to remove that. Is that 13? Alright, ground's out of the way. So you can pull this tube out now. try this. Spin it back and forth. Times, no. There it comes. Nice and easy. That actually came out a little bit easier than I thought. Unfortunately, I mean, I can see where it's gonna be no problem for this one, but the one behind the bracket's gonna be a little bit more difficult. I have to find another solution for that one. But at least those first two come out pretty easy with that. So now it's time to put that one in. So here's the new one. It's pretty much the same one that I pulled out. Same company, at least the same markings. Hopefully this one doesn't leak. And so I just put a little bit of oil on the seals in order to make it easier for it to slide in. And that's all. So. And that's it. You just push them right in. You don't doesn't take much effort to put them in. If you got a little bit of lube on there, so I don't drop anything there accidentally, I'm just gonna put the paper towel back in. All right, let's move on to the next one. So again, I put it in there, expand it, twist it back and forth a little bit. Little twist. Here's a twist. Give it a yank. And there's the tube. Slide the new one in. And push it till it bottoms out. All right, now the last one. Now here's the fun one. I highly doubt I'm gonna be able to make this tool fit in there, but we'll try. So I don't really have anything else I can use for this except for these snap ring pliers. So I'm gonna try this. I can move it back and forth and it should come out. Let's see if you get enough pressure on it. There it goes. It's a little bit more of a pain. So that's it. So that's the other spark plug tube. And now to put the last new one in. Hopefully I can get this in with relative ease. And there it is. And that's it. So now it's time to put the spark plugs in. And they get torqued down to 18 foot-pounds. And I got a helper on this one. My boy is gonna come over here and give me a hand on this. See, we're gonna tighten, we're gonna go like this until you feel it vibrate and make a sound. All right, keep it going. Nothing. Okay, hold on, stop.
And then put it down?
Yeah, go. All right, that's it. All right, so 18 foot-pounds is that one. Good job. And there we go. And the final one. Cool. All right, that's it. Okay, so now it's time to put the coils in. I put a little dielectric grease in there so they don't have to worry about any moisture or anything like that. And these are the Brew ones. These don't exactly fit 100%. They're a little different. They're much thicker. So they use a new bolt. And when putting these in, the cover over here is not going to fit right. Get a little some spacers to push out the cover in order to get it on. So if you're going to be putting in new coils, that's what you're going to have happen. So there you go. These are inverted torques, but at 8mm. Works just the same. I just make sure they're snug. I'm not really worried about torque. Just don't over tighten it like crazy. All right, now that's in. I can pull down the boot. All right, so next one, same thing. It's a little bit more difficult. Not that bad. Just gotta kind of twist it a little bit to get it up in there. Push on the boot, all set. And the last one. And the one final connector went on without a problem. And these are the spacers I was talking about that bring out this cover. And that's because these coils are thicker than the original ones. So it just makes putting the cover on a little bit more of a pain. You kind of have to put it with the bolts in like this so you can hold the spacers on and just try to get the right angle on it. Get one in. And the last one. Like I said, it's not that easy because now it just fell off. We'll try to do this again. There it goes. Grab the strap. All right, we're all set here. All right, so in the next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the old expansion tank and check out where it's broken. And I got new injectors, and these are for the 9962. They flow slightly more, but not a big deal for the computer to compensate. It's like 10% more. That's not a big deal. But we're going to have to modify these in order to get them to fit on the rail properly using the clip. I heard that a hacksaw is about the correct width instead of using a Dremel, which makes it kind of small, but the hacksaw should be about that much when it cuts into it. So we'll just make the we'll make the grooves for the clip, and then we'll put these on. So we got a set of 6 of these. We got this, and this thing will go back in on the next one, and from there we have probably going to be doing the low temperature thermostat, and I'll be putting the car back together using those muffler bypasses, and eventually get other mufflers modified because I can't drive with those things forever because they're way too loud. So thanks for watching Kevin's European Garage, and with the spark plug and spark plug tube install, and that little gasket on the variable valve solenoid. So that's what we got accomplished today. Not a whole lot, but we're slowly moving along. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Don't forget to check out my Instagram so you can kind of see what I got going on. And we'll see you soon.